Picture yourself not just landing an application security job, but mastering the entire spectrum, from automation and AI security to leadership and strategy. That's the promise of episode 2 of our AppSec Career Blueprint. In episode 1, we explored the market realities and foundational skills. Now we are shifting into advanced gear. If you watched our vulnerability chaining masterclass, you know how a single misstep can compromise an entire system. Today we'll apply that mindset to your career growth, showing how DevSecOps, bug bounty success, and executive pathways intertwine. And if you missed episode 1, circle back. It sets the stage for everything we are about to cover. As always, a quick disclaimer before we dive in. The statistics and trends you'll hear are based on 2025 research, and individual outcomes vary by location, experience, and industry. Use this blueprint as guidance, not gospel. Verify salary data, talk to mentors, and consider your personal circumstances before making big decisions. Our goal is to empower you with insight, but you have to chart your own course responsibly. So what's on tap for this episode? We're starting with DevSecOps and AI security. How to implement security automation in real-world pipelines and navigate emerging AI-driven threats. Then we'll explore specialized career paths, sustainable bug bounty hunting, and the developer to AppSec transition, complete with upskilling tracks and portfolio tips. Next up, career advancement strategies, including interview mastery, salary negotiation, and leadership progression. Finally, we'll lay out a strategic action plan with a 90-day checklist to keep you on track. By the way, episode 3 will zoom in on the developer to AppSec bridge, so stick around to the end for that teaser. But why to focus on advanced skills now? Because the landscape is shifting fast. 85% of security leaders report shortages in specialized AppSec domains as generalist roles fade. The average cost of a single breach jumped to $4.2 million in 2025, driven by AI-powered attacks and a 300% rise in supply chain vulnerabilities. More than half of AppSec tasks are now automated through CI/CD integration, pushing security earlier in the development lifecycle. Specialists in areas like secure AI engineering, supply chain security, and cloud-native architecture protection are earning higher pay and seeing more job postings. In other words, if you want to stand out, it's time to niche down. Let's talk DevSecOps implementation. Security isn't an afterthought. It must be woven into every stage of your pipeline. At the code level, pre-commit checks, git hooks, and tools like SemGrep or SonarLint catch issues before they leave your IDE. In the build stage, platforms like OWASP, Dependency Check, SonarCube, and Sneak integrate into CI pipelines to scan dependencies and source code. During testing, dynamic tools like OWASP Zap, Burp Suite, and Defect Dojo validate application behavior. And in deployment, infrastructure as code tools such as Checkoff, TFSec, and KubeBench enforce security gates and compliance. Choose CI/CD platforms, GitHub Actions, Jenkins, GitLab CI, or Azure DevOps, and follow best practices. Prioritize scanning critical code paths, run tools in parallel, customize rules to your tech stack, and break builds only for high severity findings. The goal is seamless security, not bottlenecks. Real-world DevSecOps isn't always smooth sailing. Cultural resistance can arise when development teams see security as a blocker. Tool integration gets messy when workflows are fragmented, leading to alert fatigue. Slow scans can throttle pipelines, and lack of metrics makes it hard to prove ROI. Here's the good news. These challenges are solvable. Consider a fintech firm that faced 3-week deployment delays and found 70% of vulnerabilities after release. They launched a security champions program, built a tiered pipeline with fast and deep scans, and codified security policies. The result? 87% fewer issues, a reduction in turnaround time from weeks to hours, full compliance, and a 45% boost in team satisfaction. Now here's the career insight. Engineers who document such success stories are 3 times more likely to advance into senior roles. Sharing your wins matters. Automation is more than just a buzzword. It's the backbone of modern AppSec. Think of it as a 4-phase implementation. First, pre-commit. Integrate security checks directly into developers' IDEs with git hooks and static analysis tools like SemGrep to prevent issues at the source. Second, build. Weave security into your CI pipeline using tools like OWASP Dependency Check and SonarCube to scan dependencies and code. Third, deployment. Enforce security gates with infrastructure as code scanners such as Checkoff and TFSec so that misconfigurations don't slip into production. Fourth, runtime. Monitor live systems with runtime protection, RASP, and web application firewalls. Avoid common pitfalls like drowning in false positives, overloading your toolchain, sacrificing performance, or leaving tools siloed. If it's done right, automation frees you to focus on deep analysis rather than busy work. Artificial intelligence introduces a whole new attack surface. Prompt injection attacks manipulate model outputs by slipping malicious instructions into user inputs. Jailbreaks bypass safety mechanisms. Data leakage and identity theft target models trained on sensitive information. Model poisoning corrupts training data. Bias injection skews outcomes. Hallucinations produce false answers. Backdoors hide hidden triggers. Supply chain attacks can insert malicious packages or tamper with model weights. We've seen real incidents. Bing Chat leaked system prompts via carefully crafted inputs, poisoning just 0.01% of training data, caused image classifiers to misbehave. And open source model repositories have been compromised with backdoored versions. With prompt attacks up 85%, 62% of models lacking poisoning defenses, and supply chain vulnerabilities climbing 43%, AI security expertise is becoming critical. This isn't science fiction, it's happening right now. The surge in AI risks is spawning brand new career roles. AI security engineers earn roughly 140 to 185 day by designing security controls and tests for machine learning systems, focusing on model integrity and input validation. Prompt security specialists earning about 155 to 195 day detect and prevent prompt injection attacks, building guardrails for large language models. AI ML threat analysts at 130 to 170K research emerging threats like model poisoning and data leakage. AI risk and compliance managers at 160 to 210K ensure AI systems meet emerging regulations and ethical standards. These roles demand skills in ML framework security, adversarial testing, NLP security, threat intelligence, and governance. Here's the market insight. AI security specialists command a 40% salary premium over traditional AppSec roles. Job growth is 78% year over year, and 83% of positions are remote. If you're fascinated by AI, this is your chance to get in early. Here's our first specialized path, is bug bounty hunting. But forget the myth of quick riches. Sustainable success comes from strategy. Top earners pull in over $850,000 annually, but they treat bounty hunting like a business. Let's see how to build a consistent revenue stream with focused methodology. Focus on critical vulnerabilities that have real business impact. Emerging areas like APIs, cloud configurations, and AI systems offer higher rewards. Build custom reconnaissance and automation tools to scale your efforts. Instead of burnout sprints, maintain a 20 to 30 hour weekly schedule to avoid fatigue. Target high-value programs. Newly launched platforms with broad scope and less competition, companies with strong security culture, programs with quick triage and communication, and private invitations secured through reputation. The market is evolving. 87% of programs now offer private invites, rewards for AI ML vulnerabilities are up 42%, and specialized scopes have expanded by 75%. Treat bug bounty hunting as a professional track, and it can become a cornerstone of your career. In the bug bounty world, your personal brand is as valuable as your exploits. Reputation turns into invitations, consulting gigs, and higher payouts. Build that reputation by sharing your work. Write detailed vulnerability write-ups that explain impact and remediation. Publish open source tools to help others automate tasks. Maintain a technical blog where you unpack methodologies. Create a personal brand hub. Stay active on Twitter or X and LinkedIn. Contribute to GitHub projects and present at security conferences. Climb leaderboards to prove your consistency. The payoff? Recognized researchers earn 68% more, get 85% more private invitations, receive 3.2 times more job offers, and command 54% higher consulting rates. Remember, you're not just hunting bugs, you're building a business around your expertise. Another secret of top hunters is revenue diversification. Don't rely on a single platform. Spread your efforts across private programs, public platforms, retainers, training, and investments. Private programs, invite only with higher payouts, make up about 36% of income for top earners. Public platforms like HackerOne and Bugcrowd add another 28%. Retainer contracts, where you provide monthly security services to companies, contribute roughly 22%. Training, webinars, and workshops bring in about 10%, and investments in security startups or tool development add the remaining 4%. Data shows diversified hunters earn 68% more, enjoy 3.5 times income stability, average $12,000 per month, and 92% of top earners use at least 3 revenue streams. Treat bug bounty hunting like a diversified portfolio, and you'll weather the ups and downs. Our second specialized path is the developer to AppSec transition. Developers already have a huge advantage: deep code understanding, familiarity with the software development lifecycle, and strong implementation skills. To make the leap, follow a structured upskilling track. Start with security fundamentals. Understand authentication, authorization, encryption, and secure design patterns. Learn vulnerability patterns like the OWASP Top 10, API security issues, and cloud misconfigurations. Practice security testing through SAST, DAST, IAST, and fuzzing tools. Hone your secure code review skills both manually and with automated tools. Complement your learning with targeted certifications: CSSLP for secure software lifecycle, EWPT and OSWE for web exploitation, and cloud provider security credentials. Plan on 3 to 6 months of intensive learning, 2 to 3 months of hands-on projects, 3 to 4 months for certifications, and continuous networking. Professionals who bridge development and security earn about 23% more, so the investment pays off. When it comes to transitioning from developer to AppSec, your portfolio speaks louder than your certificates. Hiring managers want evidence that you can find, fix, and explain real vulnerabilities. Build high-impact projects. a vulnerability scanner plugin for VS Code that flags insecure patterns in JavaScript, a secure API gateway in Node.js that enforces authentication and rate limiting using JWT, or a cloud security scanner in Python that detects misconfigurations in infrastructure as code. Transform your resume by reframing your development work. Highlight security aspects of past projects. Prepare vulnerability stories. Be ready to explain how you discovered and remediated issues using the STAR method: situation, task, action, result. Employers routinely say former developers often become our strongest AppSec engineers because they understand both sides. The data backs it up. 72% of Dev to AppSec transitions succeed within 6 months. Your key to success is a combined portfolio showing both defensive skills, SAST tools, and offensive understanding, finding vulnerabilities. The security architect role blends deep technical expertise with a strategic vision. As an architect, you design security frameworks, set technical direction, bridge development and security teams, and guide remediation efforts. You lead mastery across enterprise design patterns, multi-cloud and serverless architectures, advanced threat modeling, and tool integration. Leadership doesn't disappear. You mentor engineers, influence cross-functional teams, translate technical risks into business language, and evangelize security. Essential technologies include cloud platforms, API security, infrastructure as code, container security, static and dynamic analysis tools, IAM systems, CI/CD security, automation frameworks, microservices, and PKI. To reach this role, start by leading security initiatives, developing reusable patterns, and building credibility across teams. Architects with cloud expertise command a 24% salary premium and typically spend about 3.2 years before stepping into leadership roles. Expect senior engineer salaries around 120 to 160K and architect salaries around 180 to 240K. Security directors operate at the intersection of technology and business. They set vision aligned with corporate goals, control budgets, build high-performing teams, and measure security ROI. Responsibilities span program governance, cross-functional alignment with engineering and product, board and executive communications, and incident response leadership. To succeed, develop executive competencies: board communication, translating technical risk into business impact, strategic planning, program and stakeholder management, budgeting, policy development, talent management, and vendor management. The path to Chief Information Security Officer requires developing business acumen, mastering board presentations, leading enterprise-wide initiatives, and cultivating C-suite relationships. Here's the market insight. Security directors who combine technical depth with business savvy advance to CISO fastest. 38% make the leap within 3 years. When you reach the interview stage, preparation makes all the difference. Use the STAR method: situation, task, action, result, to structure your responses and provide context, clarity, and impact. Prepare 5 to 7 stories from your experience that showcase your AppSec work. Candidates who do this are 76% more likely to receive offers for senior roles. For technical questions, expect topics like integrating security into CI/CD pipelines, discuss automation, tool selection, failure thresholds, and false positive management. For threat modeling in API architectures, describe data flows, trust boundaries, attack surfaces, and prioritization. Behavioral questions might ask how you convinced developers to fix a critical bug, or how you managed security priorities with limited resources. Focus on communication, risk translation, and outcomes. Practice articulating both technical depth and collaborative approach. Negotiating your salary is part art, part science. Start by knowing your worth. Research market data on Glassdoor, PayScale, and AppSec specific surveys. Document your achievements with metrics. Reduce vulnerabilities by 40% means more than improved security. Set your target 10 to 15% above the initial offer. Most companies build negotiation buffers into their first numbers. Highlight specialized skills such as cloud or container security, since rare expertise commands higher pay. Consider total compensation. Training budgets, certifications, and conference allowances add significant value. According to recent surveys, AppSec professionals who research market rates and practice negotiation secure offers above median salary ranges 73% of the time. Approach negotiations confidently. It's part of the job. If your ambition is to become a CISO someday, you need to cultivate more than just technical skill. Start as a specialist focusing on depth and execution. Progress to lead roles where you guide teams, mentor colleagues, and conduct risk analysis. Advance to director positions where strategic planning, program management, and governance dominate. Ultimately, the CISO is an executive leader who aligns security with business goals and communicates with the board. The executive skill set includes financial acumen, business partnership, strategic vision, risk translation, and team leadership. Think of it as 4 steps: specialist, lead, director, CISO, each requiring a broader view and stronger soft skills. Your technical chops get you started. Your ability to speak the language of business gets you to the top. No plan is complete without a timeline. Our strategic action plan lays out progressive milestones. In the first 3 months, focus on skill building. Complete a core certification like Security Plus or OSCP and set up a home lab. By month 6, Apply what you've learned, build a portfolio project, and participate in community events. After the first year, secure a role advancement or transition and begin specializing. By year 2, start making strategic impact, mentor others, lead security initiatives, and expand your influence. This timeline isn't rigid, but it gives you a framework to measure progress. Think of it as a ladder: foundational skills, practical experience, professional growth, and strategic leadership. Self-assessment is crucial. Break your growth into 3 domains: technical, soft, and leadership skills. On the technical side, rate yourself in cloud and container security, CI/CD pipelines, API security, automated scanning, vulnerability assessment, and programming languages like Python and JavaScript. On the soft skill side, evaluate communication, risk translation, stakeholder management, developer collaboration, security evangelism and training. For leadership, assess strategic vision, project management, mentoring ability, security program development, executive communication, and budget planning. Maybe you're 60% proficient technically, but need deeper cloud automation. Perhaps your communication skills are 45% developed, and your leadership skills are at an emerging 30%. Identify the gaps and plan your learning accordingly. Improvement starts with honest reflection. You don't have to do this alone. Leverage industry resources to accelerate your journey. Professional organizations like the OWASP Foundation, ISC Squared, and ISACA offer standards, certifications, and networking. The Cloud Security Alliance shares best practices for multi-cloud environments. Use learning platforms such as Portswither Academy, HackerOne Research, and Pentester Lab Pro to hone your hacking skills. Join online communities, r/netsec, Hacker News, dedicated AppSec Slack groups, and attend security conferences like DEF CON and B-Sides to meet peers. These networks provide daily discussions, real-time problem solving, and invaluable mentorship. Surround yourself with people who challenge and inspire you. The community is one of your greatest assets. Ready to take action? Here's a 90-day plan. Start with the technical assessment. Use the skill matrix from episode 1 to identify gaps. Register for a core certification that matches your experience level. Build programming proficiency by completing 3 Python security projects focused on automation or tool development. Create a portfolio project that demonstrates your applied security skills. Set up a home lab with virtualization and testing tools. Attend 2 industry meetups or conferences to network. Complete hands-on cloud security labs on AWS or Azure. Refresh your resume with new skills, certifications, and project achievements. Publish technical content or contribute to an open source security project. Finally, develop a strategy for job applications, interviews, and mentorship connections, and reassess your progress at the end of 3 months. The timeline is broken down into foundation, expansion, and portfolio phases. Use it to stay accountable. That brings us to the end of episode 2, our deep dive into advanced paths and career mastery. We explored DevSecOps automation, tackled AI security threats, highlighted bug bounty strategies, mapped out the developer to AppSec transition, and looked at leadership roles, interview tactics, and salary negotiation. In episode 3, we'll focus entirely on how to transition from developer to AppSec engineer. We'll cover leveraging your existing coding skills, mastering secure coding practices, building a knowledge framework beyond the OWASP top 10, transforming your resume, and executing a 6-month practical transition. Don't miss it. It's the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. If you found value in this episode, please like, comment, and share it with peers. Until next time, remember, sustainable growth in cybersecurity comes from curiosity, integrity, and continuous learning. Subscribe now so you never miss an episode of Bug Bounty and beyond.